Hi, my name is Terri Sproul, and I want to welcome you to my studio. Tonight is our live Tuesday night show, so if you are watching this at a later date, please subscribe to my YouTube and give me a thumbs up, please. And join us live on Tuesday nights. You can get the links either on my group called All Things Terri Sproul in Facebook, or you can get them directly on my Facebook page. But they are all through Google, and you can actually find the link directly on the YouTube also. I do have Joe here with me tonight, and he's going to help out with the links for tonight. So if you do have a question, if you can
And
put your question.
Terry, should I show how people can get to the comment window? I'm not in it yet, so I could show it real fast.
That would be great. Let me put you on screen. So let's do that. You're on screen.
Okie doke. So if you are in Google Plus, you're going to see a window like this, and there's Terry's announcement where it says live show. See the big play button. So we hit the play button. Now it goes full window. And we have to stop her from talking here. And then we have to go ahead and get rid of that showcase. That's the little boxes up there. Just click that. Now we want it in its own window, so there's the arrow in the upper right. Click that. Now it's in its own big window. We can get rid of that showcase again, and we can resize it to whatever size we want. But now I can see her window here playing the movie. And if I scroll down a little bit, here's where all the comments go. See, there's already 5 of them. There's Vicky and Chris and Daniela. So that's how you
Okay.
pop out the window. So there you go.
Tonight, but thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate it. So if you do have questions, just let us know. Okay. Let me change cameras. That would help, huh? Okay, down here on my desk. Okay, like I talked to you guys about, I wanted to start doing canvases. So I actually do have a small canvas on my desk, but I wanted to get some prep work done before we started directly on the canvas. While I was at CHA, Little B is a newer company that just came out. Hold on, let's see if I can get that in there. Little B, see Little B. They came out last year or the year before. They're pretty new. And they have this brand new chipboard pack. See that craft chipboard pack? And it has 8 sheets of craft chipboard in it, 8 sheets of plain white chipboard in it, and 8 sheets that are half white and half craft. So I used those tonight to die cut a few parts that I want to possibly use in our project tonight. And one of them, excuse me, is this heart. I'm going to use this crackle paste. I really like this crackle paste. It's one of the best ones I've found so far. It's from Deco Art, and it's part of their media line, and it's a crackle paste. And with this one, you will either put it on really thick, which I'm not going to do tonight because it'll take so long to dry, or you can put it on really thin. If you put it on really thick, you get big cracks. If you put it on really thin, you get small cracks. So I'm using my palette knife. Like I've always showed you, I always use my palette knife upside down to grab some of it. And then I'm going to put a real thin coat on this heart. And I'm going to hope that it's going to be dry by the time we use it later on in the show. That's my goal. So I'm putting a nice thin coat on of this crackle paste. So that we can, it should dry for me. So I'm going to put that to the side and let it dry.
That heart would cut beautifully on a Zing cutting machine.
It would. Absolutely. If you guys want a Zing machine, you would definitely want to order it through Joe too, because I'm looking for my baby wipes. Oh, there they are. Because he's got great prices and he's got the best customer service around. I always suggest that you clean off your palette knife, so I'm just using a baby wipe. And normally, you know, if I was in my studio alone, I would just throw this in the sink. Okay, got a little canvas here. While I was at CHA also, I found this company called Studio excuse me, Stencil One. And they have a ton of stencils. They're kind of a paper material, but they're coated. So this is going to be the first time I've used it. I'm not sure how many times you could use this stencil because, hold on, my heart keeps falling off. Let me find a better spot for it. There we go. There we go. Because it is a kind of paper, but it does have a really silky finish on it, so it should be okay. So we're going to use that tonight anyways. And I want to use some molding paste. And I am using light molding paste, and the reason I'm using light molding paste is strictly because it dries the quickest for me on the show. But you could use any type of molding paste. You don't necessarily have to use a light molding paste. And just like cake, you put it on the back like a show, and then you're just going to put it through the stencil like you're icing a cake. And I don't put mine on overly thick. I just want to fill the holes. And this one, I believe, is called, was it called Cherry Blossom or something like that, Joe? This stencil?
Yes, it's called Cherry Blossom Branch. And I have the link in the window.
Nice. Thank you. So it's just a really pretty stencil. So I'm just getting a nice light coat and making sure I get filled all the holes. Perfect. So again, I want to clean this off right away because you don't want it to dry. Actually, put that excess back in there. And then clean this off with I'm using a baby wipe, but like I said, normally I would just run out to my kitchen and clean that real quickly for myself. And I'm going to also clean this stencil because I don't think, this is not a stencil that I could put in water, I don't believe. So I'm going to use the baby wipe to try to take off most of the excess to see if I can keep this stencil a couple more times. That should be better. And look, it left the design right there on my sheet. Okay, perfect. Bring this back up. And the heat gun. My heat gun. There it is. Okay. Like I said, this particular brand really dries pretty quickly. I have silks back on my desk. These are from Color Art. There it goes. Silk acrylic glazes. I showed you guys these last week. They come in a ton of colors. And I have pulled out some beautiful blues and greens and purples, just some pretty colors to play with tonight. And I do like to keep them, when I am using them, upside down like this because it allows me to see the colors really well. So that's what I pulled out to play with tonight. So I'm kind of in the blues and the greens. And I got purple in there, of course. So let's see, this should be dry enough. Okay. I like to get my background wet whenever I'm painting with these because it allows the paints to blend a little faster for me. And then I'm also going to, this is a paintbrush. You can tell it's well loved. Love this paintbrush. This is from US Art Quest, usartquest.com. I didn't give you that link, Joe, but this is one of my favorite paintbrushes, you can tell, because it's well loved. So I did get my paintbrush wet, and I got a little bit of water on my background. So now I'm just going to grab some of these beautiful paints, these silks, and I'm kind of doing more of a wash with them. because everything is really wet. Remember, when you do a wash, it's when you add a lot of water to the paint or we add even a glazing liquid. So I'm going to grab another color. And I'm going to get off some of the paint on my brush. Again, making sure this is staying wet so that I can keep it moving. Wow, that's almost the same color, isn't it? Let's get another color in there. Let's go with this really light blue. So again, I'm just cleaning off my brush, keeping my brush really, really wet. So that'll help blend these colors together. And that's what my goal is that it's almost all the same. But I do want to throw some of this purple in here. And this is actually called Snapdragon, so it's not purple. I should actually tell you the colors. This one's called Snapdragon. This one's gorgeous. Again, I want to keep that water going so that it keeps the paint mixing and flowing and becoming more of one color instead of, you know, multiple colors that I've put on here. See how that's blending in and making it almost one beautiful color? Oh, that's pretty. Wow. Isn't that pretty? You can still see that stencil I put in the background. Okay, now I do want to, so that I don't make mud, I'm going to dry a little bit right here. Okay, so I did a little bit of drying. I'm going to grab a baby wipe because I want to go in and I'm going to use, this is probably one of my new favorite colors. It's called Autumn Leaf. There it goes, Autumn Leaf. And again, it's the silks. And this color around the edges is just amazing. So I'm actually just going to use my finger. And I don't want it, that's why I have the baby wipe if it gets too dark for me. Because this Autumn Leaf kind of has a really pretty gold in it. So if it gets too dark, I can go in and lighten it up with the baby wipe and blend it out a little more. And we've talked about this when we've done the art journals. I've talked to you guys about doing the framing of the photo. It's the same thing here. You see how I'm framing that out, and it's going to take your eye to the center. So that's the trick of why you want to do these darker edges. And you don't have to do a darker edge with you know, something as drastic as brown as I am doing here. You could have gone in with a darker blue or even brought that purple, that Snapdragon purple around the edge, and that would have done the exact same thing for your eye. I just wanted to use this brown again because, like I said, it's becoming one of my favorite colors in the paints and the silks. And anything that's too strong, you can just go in and soften it up. That's why they make baby wipes. Oh, I think they make them for those children too, but you know. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, I want to do some touch, I want to get some touch of color on these highlights. So I am going to use Faber-Castell's Textured Luxe. I got this at CHA in a class. Now you could use also Rub and Buff would do the same thing. So I just want to touch the tops of these flowers and stuff that are in here, just so that it comes back out. So I'm just doing a touch of gold here and there. Probably did do this just a little too quick. I should have let my molding paste dry just a little more than I did, because reactivating it with all the water I put on it kind of made it a little sloppy, but that's okay. It's going to be in the background. We can work with that. See how our heart is coming. Still needs crackling time, so let's switch to, here's a chipboard piece I also cut out. And I think I'm going to use, these are also by Color Art. These are called, this is a brand new product, Radiant Gels. And what's cool about these is they're a paint, but they're dimensional. Okay. So let me grab a paintbrush. And I'm going to paint this frame here. Now, what's cool about these dimensional paints is you can lay them down in a thin coat, and you're just going to get, you know, just like paint. You're going to get coverage like paint. But if you do want to go back in, or you want to put them through a stencil, you will actually get dimension. So you actually can put these through a stencil. Hey, maybe that's what we'll do. I got an idea. I got an idea. So I'm just painting this on here, getting the first coat on here. And I'm just, as you see right now, I'm just getting a real translucentness on there. I'm not really getting any dimension, but I am going to go back in now and put a little more paint on it to get a little more dimension going. You'll see that I'm definitely getting more dimension by adding the thicker amounts of paint. But it really goes through a stencil really well, so if you get a chance to play with this, put it through a stencil. They're a lot of fun. I did it on a page a couple weeks ago. So I'm just painting this, getting a second layer on there, getting a thicker coat. I'm going to Disneyland in a couple days. My girlfriend's birthday is this weekend, and we always go to Disney. So I'm leaving tomorrow to go stay down in the city to go to Disneyland. So I'm excited. I'm just doing the back just a little bit, just so that none of the white shows through. So I'm not doing the whole back. You know how sometimes you get those shadows from the side? Since this is dimensional. Okay. That to the side, clean this up. I have an idea. Okay, let me see if I have this Radiant Gels in another color. So hold on a second while I look for something real quick, because I got an idea. I got an idea, and I do have it. Radiant Gels in a gold. Because what I'm going to do is, since I lost my dimension on my original stencil, I'm going to lay this down again, right where it was before. And I'm going to go in with the Radiant Gels, and this color is Empire Gold. And I'm going to redo it. See, some of these I haven't even used yet. And when you're putting it through a stencil, I do suggest that you use a palette knife. And again, I always pick up from behind on the back part of the palette knife. I just find it easier than trying to use this side. So that's a really good hint. Hopefully that works for you. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I get it all lined up here. Okay, that looks good enough. This gold's actually going to look really pretty over top of all that blue I did. So this might turn out to be even better than I thought. So it was a happy accident that I did it too soon. Look how pretty this gold is. Wow. This company has a really awesome blog too, so if you get a chance to, and there's some really good people out there that use a lot of their products, like Fran Papillon, if you watch her videos. If you don't, go check her out. She's pretty awesome. She does some beautiful stuff with these paints from Color Art.
And France Papillon is from Belgium, and her accent makes me melt. Is that too much to say? Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
She's a really sweet girl too, and her projects, you really got to go check out her projects. Okay, so now I'm going to lift that one up. Ta-da! See, happy accidents. I love happy accidents. So I'm going to move that for a second because I got to clean these two. More baby wipes. So again, cleaning off my palette knife before it dries on there. You don't want this stuff to dry on there. And I'm going to try to clean this thing again. Well, it made it through 2 cleanings, so that says something. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me bring that back over. Look how pretty that is now. Okay. Love, 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 love. Turned out better than I thought. Okay, where'd I put my... Oh, there it is. So again, the radiant gels, you don't want to get too hot because they'll start bubbling, but you can heat set to a point. How pretty that gold is. Isn't that amazing? Sorry about this, guys. You know, drying time. That's the only bad part about doing these live shows. Look at my crackles already starting to crack. See how cool that is? And this will even crack more because it's not completely dry yet. Oh, it bubbles if you put too much heat on it. See, it bubbled? Sorry about that. So be careful. I just learned that the hard way. But that's okay. That's more texture. Okay, while that's drying, have a couple more things on my desk. Don't know if I'm going to use all these, but, you know, let's get them painted while we got something to do. And there's a little birdie on my desk somewhere. Let me find my little birdie. Oh, there he is. There's my little birdie. Okay, I think I'm going to use the silks again. This one is mallard green. A big bubble up there. Mallard green. Look at this color. Isn't that just amazing? Now what's awesome about these silks is they have, if you like bling, if you are a bling person, you will love these silks because they have lots of bling in them. So I should be using a smaller paintbrush. I am using a wet paintbrush with, you know, I should have wetted my bird too, but I got it wet enough. So I'm going to mix a couple colors there. So I got the green, and I'm going to use this blue in there too. This really allows it to blend if you keep everything wet. Get your finger in there and just blend it out. There we go. So let me come in here, and I want to get some brown on that bottom stem too. So and I don't have orange out. Let me see where I can find some orange real quick. Since I have regular acrylic paint, we'll just put regular boring old acrylic paint on there. So that was close by. Just a dab of orange for his little feetsies. Maybe just a peek on his beak. There we go. Because it's all in the details, you know. Let's get that drying. Okay. So even if I don't use all these parts, I'll have some good paint parts for later. I'll stay up there. He doesn't want. He wants to fly, obviously. Okay. I have this bird cage. I don't think I'm going to use this bird cage, but I'm going to paint it anyways. Let's do it in Caribbean Mist. And this again is a die cut, or you could cut it out on your die cut machine, your Zing, whatever one you want to use. I think the Zing's the best one out there. If you are looking for one, definitely buy the Zing. Look how pretty that color is. And I love how these blend, so you can go in with a separate color and just get some really pretty colors in there. So I'm going to go around with just a little darker color around the edge, just to give it some shadowing. And I do have a winner for tonight, so thank you guys for playing along and doing that page last week. Again, as far as tonight goes, you don't have to do a canvas. You could do something similar to the techniques I'm using in a scrapbook or a art journal. So whatever you're interested in doing. But if you post your pages or whatever that is inspired by mine on my group called All Things Terri Sproul, you do have a chance to win a prize.
Are we going to announce a winner now?
We could do that. Why? Do you want to play with fun stuff?
Because I want to give a drum roll.
Okay, ready to do the drum roll? I can do that.
I'm ready. Here we go. Oh, wait, that wasn't a drum roll. What the hell? How about this?
And our winner is Carolyn Albro. A-L-B-R-O. Carolyn, I need you to find me on Facebook and PM me your address so I can send you something out. Also, for everybody, while we are doing this and I'm getting everything dried, I have a coupon for color art. So if you are interested in getting some of these silks, I have a coupon for 15% off of all of their products. And the coupon code is Art by Terri Sproul, all one word, Art by Terri Sproul. It's worth 15% off your total order over at colorartoneword.com. This dimensional paint does take a little longer to dry than all the other stuff. So this is mostly dry, but not completely. So this is kind of where I'm going. Is where I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put him inside. It's kind of my thought. I'm going to overlap that. I got some, let's see how our crackle's doing. Oh, our crackle's dry, so let's play with that. And you know, I don't think I put any red out. Oh, wait a minute, I do have, that's kind of a purple. Let me pull a red out. Hold on here. We need a red. I forgot about my heart needed red paint. Or pink. Pink will work. I found pink first. So I'm just going to paint my heart, and then I'm going to bring the cracks out also. So let me show you how I'm going to do that here in a minute. So I'm just putting some light pink paint on here. That's really light. I think I need a darker. Wait. That's a little darker pink. It's more reddish. We're going to go for that one. And then I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to bring those cracks out. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay. Oh, my finger. Okay, give that a second to dry. Because I got this antiquing cream from Deco Art again. It's their new media line, and it's called Antiquing Cream. Yes, if your project is not done from last week, Danielle just asked, yes, you can put your project in for this week. If you do more than one project during the week, you have more than one entry. So that's how that would work. So you would, if you do last week's project and this week's project before next week, you could have 2 entries in to win a prize, and I just send you something in the mail. And I never know what it is. I have a whole pile of stuff that I use for prizes. So I'm taking the antiquing cream. I put just a tiny bit on my desk here, and I'm going to put it onto my heart, and then I'm going to wipe most of this off. So it kind of has a glazing effect to it, where you put it on, give it a few seconds. I know that looks scary. Give it a few seconds to soak in, and then you kind of rub off 90% of it. And what it does is it gets down into the cracks and kind of sits in there. See that? Okay. So I'm going to get a little deeper into these cracks. So you can go in if you know, like if it scared you the first time and you took too much paint off the first time, you can go back in and put a second coat on like I'm doing here. Maybe give it a few more seconds to soak in instead of taking it off so quickly. But again, you can put it on, take it off, and not feel so intimidated by it. If it intimidates you because you got it on too strong, wipe some of it off. Go back in. Put a little more on. So you can get it to where you like it. You can go around the edges and maybe leave that a little darker, because that's going to give my heart some depth. So I'm going right around the edge and just leaving that almost, you know, I'm almost going to leave that on without wiping most of it off. Okay. So I'm going to leave that one on just a little longer because I want that to be pretty dominant this time around the edge. I definitely got some happy fingers going on, that's for sure. Okay, what are we at? Oh, good timing. Okay. Giving this just a little more drying time than the last time. So I almost dried that completely this time, and now I'm still going to go off around and take some of that cream off. But it definitely gave me some dimension. See that? I kind of like that. Again, even if I don't use it tonight, I'm going to like it. Maybe he'll go in the back there. I might not use the heart, but that's okay. Oh, I might use the heart. I kind of like that. Like that. Okay. Now I have some metal on my desk. I love, love, love to put metal and stuff, especially on canvases and stuff. So these are some really cool pieces of metal that I've gotten from something with details. Creatingwithdetails.com. Creatingwithdetails.com. And I do like, you know, even if just a little piece of it comes out, and you can, you know, say I do decide to use that there, I could cut that piece in half. I could cut this in half and only use half of it. You know what I mean? And because it's hidden, if I decide to tuck it like that. So think about that. You don't have to use your whole pieces. You can cut them down and use them at a later date. Okay, what else we got going? Okay, not sure I'm going to use the heart. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick up pieces and put it back down. Who knows? I didn't get... Honestly, guys, I'll be completely bluntly honest with you. I had an extremely busy day today, and I did not have a chance to play with this as much as I wanted to get my organization done. These are some flowers that I got from Prima. I'm going to throw in there. And I always go with threes, so that's why there's a 3 going in there. And got some other flowers here. I'm trying to decide which ones I like. I kind of like those. I think I might go with those. Even though these have the gold in them. So, let me see. Oh, these have brads on them. I didn't know that. They have brads on them. Well, obviously, I'm not going to use the brads because we're not going to go through the canvas. I kind of like those better because they have the more of the gold that's pulling in the gold from the background. So I think I'm going to go with those over these. I'm taking those off and I'm pulling 3 flowers off of this one. There's 2, and then I want this one right here. And these are from Prima also. These are Prima flowers. But any flowers will do. Normally I am one who normally only buys white flowers, and then I paint them myself, especially with these silks. I mean, you can paint flowers and make them look like this with these silks. I just happened to get these in their warehouse sale, and they were probably only $1. So I'd be willing to, because I don't like to try to pick up flowers that are in colors, because I don't know if I'm doing, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I'm going to use these colors or not. Okay, kind of like that. And when you're also doing a design, clustering is a really, really good idea. You see how I'm clustering things up over here? But I might pull something. I was thinking about trying to pull something down here, but I think that might be a bad idea because that's a really nice place for my eye to rest. So I might just leave it like that. Okay, I'm going to grab some gel medium to glue everything down with. I need a clean paintbrush, so hold on here. Paintbrush, paintbrush, paintbrush. Clean paintbrush. Guess I can clean one. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Move all these parts. Let's lay this one down first. Okay, so gel medium is going to be my adhesive of choice here, but you really could use just about any adhesive you want to use. I like gel medium, so I tend to go towards it. But you could use PPA. You could use PPA is a great adhesive, especially for anything that's paper related. Sorry, didn't mean to be off camera there. Apologize. I'm just trying to get it out of the little holes there. The adhesive out of all the holes. Even though this stuff does dry clear, I'm just trying to keep it neat. So again, I'm going to do the same thing to my bird cage here. My little birdie. Again, just putting gel medium on the backs. I can't believe how bad the weather's been for you guys back east. I feel so bad for you. I don't know how you guys live back there like that. I really don't. I know there's people like Joe who actually like the snow, but I think you're all nuts.
I love snow. I love the cold and mountains and frozen lakes.
Ugh. Ugh.
And
Not
just
me.
think about it. If you want to keep something fresh, you don't put it in the oven, you put it in the fridge. So I'm going to look fresh forever. That's how I'm looking at it.
Fresh, yeah, we'll give you fresh. These flowers are double, so I'm twisting them so that they become more of a full flower instead of parts. You know how they go like that, or twist them, and now they're more full. So I'm trying to keep them all full. These flowers are so pretty. The gold and the purple just works so well with the background here, doesn't it? So happy with that. Okay, Mr. Birdie. Mr. Birdie wants to fly away. He does not want to stay there. Okay. Okay, now the only thing that seems to be missing is a word. I need a word. Okay, so give me a second here. I am going to grab something. I found these. Check this out. At the 99-cent store the other day. They're called metal, and they're stickers. That's what they're called. They're called metal. See that? Metal. 5-piece. These are actual metal, and they're stickers. How cool is that, huh? So I am going to use the word inspire. It's going to go right there, but it needs something. It can't just stay like that. So let's pull the inspire over here. Because it's kind of, the letters are kind of embossed. See that? So I think I'm going to be able to touch them with some paint and get them to stand out a little more, I'm hoping. If not, that's why they make baby wipes. So I'm just going to use my finger, just try to touch the tops of this.
And Terry, I have those metal embellishments on our website, but ours say family, happy, together, forever, and love.
Oh, cool. Do you want to give your website?
I put it in the comments already. I'm on top. I'm all that and a bag of chips, baby.
I know, but you should say it on the on here also, because not everybody is seeing the comments at a later date.
Our website is www.create, that's C-R-E-A-T-E, the letter N like Nancy, craft, C-R-A-F-T.com, createandcraft.com. Just go in that search box and type in metal, and you'll find our product, Love by Momenta. How was that for my commercial? Did it sound good?
That would sound like a perfect commercial. Now, when I was painting, I couldn't get it to just go on the top of the letters. So what I did is I painted the whole thing. I'm going to let it set up for just a second, and then I'm going to try to real lightly take off just the top. That's my goal. Let's see if that actually works. So let's dry it just a little bit. Remember when you're drying metal that gets really hot. So don't touch it and burn yourself, Mr. Rotella.
Oh, I made pork tenderloins with a black cherry sauce, and I grabbed the pot and I burned both hands. It was 350 degrees, so my hands are very bad right now.
And I just touched that and it was hot. After I just told you guys not to do that. There, it's less hot now. So I'm just going to try to rub off the top. It is still a little warm. So I'm just trying to rub off parts of it. Oh, it's working out perfect. It's working. It's working. I'm getting what I wanted. I love when I get results I actually looked for. So see, that just took off part of the paint. It's not showing up on camera as well as it looks here. But, okay. And like I said, this is a sticker, so I don't have to glue that. I'm going to put that right there. Oh, I like my canvas. Oh, happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy. So I'm pulling off the sticker in the back. And I am pretty happy with that. I didn't use a couple of things that I did, but that's okay. We didn't use my heart, but it still turned out really cool. That was still cool that you got to see that, how that looks. And my little birdie doesn't want to stay down.
I still heart you even without the heart.
Isn't that pretty? It turned
I
out
love
really
the
nice.
gold. I love the gold through the stencil.
I know. I love the way that, and that was a happy accident. I love happy accidents. That wasn't my first intention, but it actually turned out even better than I thought. I like that. You know what I didn't do that I should have showed you that would be really cool? I'm going to show you guys a really cool trick. Give me 10 seconds.
We paused this broadcast for a 10-second message from our sponsor. Be sure to like Terry's channel on YouTube.
Okay. I just happen to have a cat food container, but really this what I'm showing you is this thing right here. Okay, that's a soda top, but this happens to be a cat food container. See, kitty food. If you take that, pop that off, just that part right there, okay? You take it and you put it on the back of your canvas. You take, I'm just going to pop this and take this one off.
Now all the cats are going to come charging in on.
I know they are too, because they know that. You know, cats know that sound. Okay, so I took this part off right here. See that? And that does come off of a soda can too, just like that. You can take this, take the back of your canvas, and you want to hot glue this part right here, this little tiny little ring right there, that part. Okay, you guys are seeing that even though it's a little blurry. Glue that, hot glue that part down to your canvas like that. Okay, and you have a hanger for free. So that was my cool little tip. So that's a great little cheap hanger for your canvases. Okay, I am going to switch cameras. Does anybody have any questions before we close off tonight? Again, there's my pretty little canvas. Again, if I missed your question, you can go to my group called All Things Terri Sproul and catch me there. If you won, please catch me and let me know. We had quite a few visitors here tonight. I really, really appreciate this, guys. And thank you again. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Have a good time. I'm going to Disneyland. Bye. See you guys later. Bye-bye.